Jenna and I are running up to Chattanooga, Tennessee from Alabama. We've been looking for a house to rent for, I don't know, I mean weeks. We've been looking for weeks. Since we've gotten down here, we've been looking online, but haven't really had much luck. Been running into like a lot of fishy, scammy type of rental ads. We're gonna go ahead and just head right up to the city, get our feet on the ground, see if we can just talk to some people, maybe drive by some rentals that we can check out. We've also kitted out the back of the Tacoma to camp in it tonight. I went on iOverlander last night and found a camp spot that overlooks the Tennessee River on this really nice bend. So if we can make it up there, assuming it's not totally downpouring, then we will try and do that. But the forecast does say it's gonna rain a lot. We'll see how today goes, and hopefully we can do some truck camping tonight and sign for a home. Currently just walking around Chattanooga, trying to find a place to possibly eat, or just any sort of signs that have, you know, like apartment listings or house listings is what we're more looking for. We're trying to find like restaurants, libraries, cafes. Jenna was able to find us a couple listings that we can actually go see in person, which is nice. Speaking of in person, she was actually able to talk to a real person, which is why we're even heading towards an actual house. This is the first time in this entire expenditure, whatever adventure, that we've been able to actually talk to someone who is willing to let us see the house before we have to pay them dollar bills. House number 2 was also a bust. The first two houses, the only two houses we were actually able to go see. The first one we didn't even bother getting out of the truck because we drove by and it was just not in the right neck of the woods. It's a little rough. We drove by the first one, the second one hoping that it would be a bit better, and turns out, I mean, the inside of the house looked worse than my college house. So if that says anything at all, it's not the direction of life I'm headed in. The goal is to try and do as much as we can before we have to leave to go to the campsite before sunset. Don't want to be driving out there, especially after it's been raining on the road. We want to get there and make sure we can get there safely before the sun goes down. So we just made it to the campsite. It looks pretty dope, but I'm having Jenna kind of run down there to see if there's a place for me to turn around, or if I'm gonna have to like back my way all the way out of this. It's a pretty riveted section, or little rutted road, so we'll see what she says. We're just doing some primitive camping. It's like an off the beaten path type of spot, so we're just waiting to see if it's gonna pan out here for us. Wanted to camp in this spot here, but unfortunately, I don't know if it's a good idea. We're supposed to get a ton of rainfall tonight. There's actually a flash flood warning for this river here that's supposed to rise between 12 and 16 feet in some parts. I think we're gonna hightail it out of this spot and tread back probably another 5 miles to a really nice scenic pull-off we saw, and see if we can make that work for the night. It is marked on iOverlander as the Tennessee River overlook near Chattanooga, so I would say it's just that. The time is either 6:12 or 7:12. I'm honestly not sure which time zone I'm in because we keep flip-flopping between Eastern and Central. But either way, we finally found our spot for the night, got the Tacoma all parked up, and look at this view, guys. Looking over the Tennessee River and this nice little valley, this little section here that just opens up. I believe we're on like basically a huge bend here on the river. So this is somewhat like a little peninsula. Chalked the rear wheels because F going over that thing while you're sleeping. So e-brake, left it in 5th gear, and we've got a massive rock underneath each rear wheel to chalk it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the truck bed set up and start cooking on some dinner because we're both really hungry. You wanna tell us what we got going on right here?
Some Mexican rice from Nor.
From where? Canor. Jenna's cooking up the rice. We have some pinto beans, as well as some tortillas, some chicken fajitas, pre-cooked chicken, of course some sour cream, the Fiesta blend, It's obviously a fiesta out here, boys and ladies. Camp last night was pretty wonderful. It rained a bit heavy. Not gonna lie, the topper was making a ton of noise last night. It was severely downpouring at times, and then when we woke up this morning, the sun was beautiful. So no complaints there. We stayed dry inside the topper in the truck, and now we have, fortunately, a house to go look at in Chattanooga. We are off to get out of this neck of the woods here, and we've got about a 30 to 40 minute drive to the house. We're gonna go meet the landlord or the person who's running the property and hopefully have them show us around a bit. About a week since I last picked up the camera and saw you guys. So after that camping trip, we actually ended up not having any options. We ended up finding another house that we were able to look at the following, I think it was 2 days afterwards, and we were luckily able to get it. We finally found one. It's in like a little slice of our own wooded area, so it's kind of nice. We have some privacy, and it's gonna work out great. So I wanted to leave this video on a good note. Definitely gonna be picking things up and showing you guys probably the house here in the next, I don't know, day or so. Check out this view. Absolutely insane here. I'm absolutely loving it. In that next video, I'm gonna be basically raising the Prelude up a bit more, possibly doing an oil change on the Tacoma, putting the Prelude back on the dolly, and bringing it up here for its final, like, not resting spot, but where it's gonna sit until I can go ahead and do a motor swap. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you next time. And if you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, comments down below. Adios.